Right now on 7 News at 6, the city of Wheeling is now the first in the state to declare racism a public health crisis. With a unanimous vote, Wheeling City Council took that step today. Thanks for joining us tonight for 7 News at 6. I'm KATHRYN GHION.
And I'm Steve Moore. But what does that actually mean going forward? 7 News reporter Stephanie Grindley was there at the council and met with the proponents of the declaration. Stephanie.
Steve, racism is a complex beast, but what many said in the room today, declaring it a public health crisis has made forms of fighting systemic racism tangible.
Members of Wheeling City Council.
Wheeling City Council voted yes to work with city staff to review all policies and procedures with the purpose to eradicate any implicit or explicit racial bias.
For decades, health officials have recognized that racial disparity affects a person's entire life, where they live, where they go to school, their health, their food access.
As a health crisis, Wheeling will now require all classified and unclassified municipal employees and new hires to complete implicit bias training, with additional education on how racism affects people.
It's an ideology, it's not something in the physical form, so you will never be able to eradicate racism. But the one thing that I know that you can combat racism with is familiarity. And that's with cooperation with other peoples of different communities as well as within our own.
With the ultimate goal towards an inclusive workforce.
One of the most important things that we're going to do is take inventory of the administration here in the city of Wheeling, the people who work in the city, the people who represent the city, and find ways that we can be inclusive and representative of our communities.
And I know it's a beautiful thing for all these men that are standing with us because that's what we're working for, that's what we're fighting for, and to see that things are actually coming about and starting to happen, we couldn't ask for any more.
But community members say this is only the beginning and hope others will follow in Wheeling's footsteps.
The first in the state of West Virginia, which is groundbreaking.
I hope that while we're the first, that we're not the last in West Virginia.
Let's make something happen. Let's make a change that will affect our kids and the generations to come.
The YWCA has a petition floating around right now with hundreds of signatures asking the state as a whole to declare racism as a public health crisis, with the intent to reach the governor's desk by the new year. To sign that, you can find a link on our website, WTRF.com. Live in the 7 Newsroom, I'm Stephanie Grindley.